Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to lesson 9 in the Islamic knowledge series. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. So we continue in the Islamic knowledge series about the 5 more attributes for a believer. Allah open for us, inspire us with knowledge, embellish our morals with forbearance, make ease for us from your doors of grace, and spread upon us from your tremendous mercy. So the first opinion today is the first attribute. The first attribute for a mu'min is he pardons and he overlooks. People, like I said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will manifest from people harm towards us, good towards us, bad towards us. It's how we react, and it's this test environment that we're in. What is our reaction? So a Muslim, he does not harbor any hatred towards anybody, no matter what they do, and he doesn't have any malice towards anybody. So he pardons and he overlooks. This is how the Prophet ﷺ was. So we need to be in some similar fashion, how we kind of have a good heart and let it go. We let people, their misdemeanors, misdeeds towards us, let it go and pardon and forgive, and have a clean heart for that. A mu'min is vital for us to have. Number 2, a mu'min is one who has good opinions. He's good opinionated, definitely about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but also about the fellow creations. So we have good opinions about others. The Prophet ﷺ said, Al-mu'min ghidun kareem wal-fajir khabbun la'im. So the mu'min, the believer, is the one who is naively noble, or shall I say simple and generous, and the corrupt person is deceitfully treacherous. Yeah, he swindles and he deceives. So there's two opposites. Now, normally I don't, in the world we live in today with the transactions, online transactions, you don't make a bad transactions as much. Alhamdulillah, I've been saved from any bad transactions from a long time, and from the early days of internet. But there was one, of course, you always have guidelines to follow, and I didn't really follow those guidelines. Gumtree, I was on Gumtree, and I didn't go and meet the person and get that item off them. I paid the money in advance, and I never got the item. It's a rare thing that happened to me, but that nature I had was that I was naively noble. I hope to think, or simple and generous, that I kind of thought that yes, they would send it. I'll send the money first and then they'll send it. So, but the main thing is, لا يلدغ المؤمن من جهر واحد مرتين. The mu'min is the one who does not get bitten from the same hole twice. So I went to buy that item the second time, but this time I went to meet the person. I went to meet the seller in person. So a mu'min is one who has that good opinions of others. Yeah, everyone is tayyibun, everyone's good, everyone's umana, everyone's trustworthy, everyone is good and nice, and we don't think anyone's a makkar, anyone's like treacherous, he's a planner, he's up to something, or he's a khabith, he's evil. We don't have that opinions about people. We shouldn't have opinions of people. We always have a good clean slate from people. We when we meet people, we always have good opinions of them. We don't know everybody's the background of everybody, but of course, if you're bitten once, then you never should be bitten twice. So a Muslim is good opinionated. Number 3, tolerant and not revengeful. So anyone who does things to you, you tolerate it. Yes, a mu'min, you don't go after for revenge, and it's only if there is a faithless person who is oppressive and is aggressive, then you can go return that in full. But normally you do not have any kind of revenge for anyone, especially if they're a Muslim. A Muslim is one who, we mentioned earlier in the supplication, that the Prophet ﷺ would not make a dua against anyone. The Prophet ﷺ's duas would be answered. So if he was to make a dua against somebody, people would fear that. So the Prophet ﷺ wasn't such, and we should not supplicate against anybody. Anyone who does something towards us of misdeeds, misdemeanors, and evil or bad deeds towards us, we do not make dua against them. We should make dua for them. Allahumma ruddahu ani dhulm, or Allahumma basirhu yahdihi, Allah guide him, Allah give him insight, basirhu, or ruddahu ani dhulm, that you make him that sin go away, that oppression he does, make that go away from him. So he doesn't do it to anybody else. So we kind of have that towards people. We have that good opinions of people. We have good du'as for people, as the Prophet ﷺ was. So we become tolerant and not full of revenge, especially if they're a Muslim. But of course, even for non-Muslims, we want to make dua for them, like they be from the guided ones. Number 4, we continuous and regular in good deeds, in actions. So habul a'mal indallahi adwamuha wa in qall, that the most beloved deed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one that is regular, is constant, and it's even if it is a little. So alhamdulillah, we try in whatever deeds we do, we always try to progress from now, the age we are in right now, until we die, until that age we reach. We want to be progressing every moment, every year, every week, every day. We're kind of progressing to Allah, towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We bring in another small deed, a good deed that we do, and we practice that, whether it's through recitation of the Quran, whether it's through the dhikr, we add another dhikr in our lives, any other good deeds, any salah, we pray an extra salah. But whatever we take on, it's not something that's burdening, and we kind of be regular in it and continuous in it. So a Muslim, a mu'min, is one who is continuous in these deeds, because the most beloved deed to Allah is such. And like that, I have set up a Quran group that we continuously read. So we've been doing it since 2015. We finish a Quran khatam together. Everybody does it in their own homes. Everybody does a dua if they want afterwards, as duas after Quran completion is accepted. And this is giving everybody, like, in a way, it's a page a day or less than a page a day, but it's encouraging people to read. Normally these people don't read, so this is given an opportunity to actually, if you do it in the ideal sense, you take the Quran and read that one page that you have to do a day in a month. In 30 days you have 30 pages to read, or 30 half pages to read, whichever the portion one wants to take. And can you imagine picking up the Quran every single time and reading it on a single daily basis? And that attachment, that love for the Quran, that would be recorded, and that would be weighty in that day, on that day when the weight of your deeds will count. And there's a hadith from the Prophet ﷺ, ittaqillah haythuma kunt, the fear Allah wherever you may be, fear Allah, be God conscious in all places and all times. وَأَتْبِعَ السَّيَّةَ بِالْحَسَنَةِ, and follow a good deed, a bad deed, with a good deed. Anytime you do a bad sin, do it with a good deed. So be continuous in that. So every time you do, we are khatta'un, Bani Adam is khatta'un, we're sinners. So if you do any sins, let's make it irregular as well. So we continue in good deeds, but let's make our sins irregular. We do a sin, let's follow up straight away with a good deed. Let's make that our habit as well. Let's put that as in that's what we normally regularly do. Or we know we did something wrong, let's put a good deed to that. Tamhuha, that it will erase it. If you do follow up a bad deed with a good deed, it erases the bad deed. وَخَالِقِ النَّاسِ بِخُلُقٍ حَسَنَةٍ, and be good and good nature to people, and good behavior to people, show akhlaq to people. And finally, regularly recites the Quran. So a mu'min is one who regularly recites the Quran on a constant basis, on a regular basis. That ties into my saying about the Quran, to let's read it on a regular basis, and to encourage that those who want to join, inshallah, you're more than welcome. You can leave a message, you can leave on a feedback, and it could be included. So alhamdulillah, we have people. We always complete the Quran every month, and finally after a whole cycle, everybody's completed the Quran themselves in a way as well. So in the next month we'll be completing our third full Quran. Every single person will be doing their own third Quran completion in about 5 years. But every month, we all participated in completing a Quran. So be regular. This is the month of the Quran. So let's be regular in holding the Quran. As it says, الَّذِينَ آتَيْنَاهُمُ الْكِتَابَ يَتْلُونَ حَقَّ تِلَاوَتِهِ أُولَٰئِكَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِهِ. So الَّذِينَ آتَيْنَاهُمُ الْكِتَابَ, the ones who have been given the book, who received the book, we are those people. We received the book. Alhamdulillah, the Quran, the greatest of all books. الَّذِينَ آتَيْنَاهُمُ الْكِتَابَ يَتْلُونَهُ حَقَّ تِلَاوَتِهِ. So we give its proper and haqq, recite properly with tajweed and everything. We recite properly. أُولَٰئِكَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِهِ. They are the ones who believed in it. وَمَنْ يَكْفُرْ بِهِ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْخَاسِرُونَ. And those who disbelieve in it and are the ones who are from the losers. And disbelieving in it means you read it, but you don't act upon it. one opinion. Or the second thing is you do not read it at all. So let's be the ones who do regularly read it. Let's hold to this. This is the rope of Allah. This is holding to that which is success. And in the end, now that we've said all these 5 attributes and the other 5 from previous, let's hold on to this. You know, you want to defend, if you ever want to defend the Prophet ﷺ, to defend the Prophet, the best way is to adopt these characteristics, these akhlaq, and to practice the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. That is the best defense of the Prophet ﷺ, to be like him and to do as he did, and to spread that in this dunya of ours. Wa sallallahu Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa barak.